This video is a company video where I will go through learning goal 4, which is demonstrate critical understanding of professional codes of conduct, the work environment, with in-depth analysis of how the organization operates. The company I'm working for is called Strada and is based in London, which is an Italian restaurant company chain owning 70 restaurants mainly in the south of the nation. The chain has been bought by Fregus Ltd a few years ago. Fregus Ltd owns different chains like Cafe Rouge, Bella Italia, and few other minor chains. Fregus Ltd has a head office in central London, while it has a training centre in East Finchley, North London. The structure of the company is various. While on Fregus Ltd there is a classical hierarchical structure with a marketing department, a strategic department, and an accounting department, and there are also CAO and other senior officers. In the restaurants, there are a few area managers managing few restaurants, while there are some general managers that get some help from some marketing advisors nominated by the area manager. Fregus Ltd decides over a wide variety of things such as promotions, partnership, menus, and global marketing in general, while it lets area manager appointing restaurant manager and also let general manager decide over marketing operation within the area. So Strada buys most of the goods that it actually resells from stockbrokers in the UK, and therefore, following Porter's 5 forces, this put the company in a position of low control over its suppliers. As a matter of fact, the company changed its supplying contracts in July 2013 to reduce costs and launched new, cheaper menus. This operation on one hand reduced the cost, on the other hand lowered the food level and customer satisfaction. And for instance, restaurants like mine started to struggle as our business is based on returning customers, which at that point weren't satisfied anymore. So the restaurants are generally managed by a general manager, an assistant manager, and a supervisor. And in terms of internal tasks, the management team takes care of the stock as well as it takes care of the cost of labor and all the relation within the community. For instance, Strada's branch in Highgate, where I work, is part of the Highgate Society, so we are often part of initiatives that attract customers from all over the place. So this is part of our restaurant policy of customer relation management, which is described in the book Marketing's Principle in Society, written by Paul Baines, as the retention program focused marketing activity on enhanced customer service satisfaction. So which are the macro environmental factors influencing the company? Well, the economical factor is of course relevant to the company, as we can see from different sources that indicates how restaurant trends changed throughout the last crisis. In fact, in recession periods, people are less willing to spend in leisure times and fine food. Also, inflation is a double negative component on factor on company's life, as the price for the purchase of good for the company rises while the purchasing power of customer decreases, and that it's quite common nowadays. So there are also sociocultural factors that are relevant in a way, especially in terms of customer satisfaction, because understanding customer habits and tastes is of course much harder in this complex and various market. And for instance, talking a bit more specifically, our customers mostly belong to the Highgate and Hampstead upper class, and most of them have a chance to travel quite often. So therefore they had a real taste of Italian cuisine both in Italy and both in other places in London, and therefore most of them, when the quality went down, didn't turn up anymore, creating a great loss for the restaurant. And this of course for the company was a lack of customers analysis, and so a lack of understanding of customer habits, which is part of the social cultural analysis. So the SWOT analysis, the company has few strengths. The restaurant still benefits from its most loyal customers and from a lot of partnership that the company has set up with brands like Tesco, Nectar, Gourmet Society, Taste Card, and Voucher Cloud, while the company has some weaknesses as well. partnerships, for instance, bring people in. However, they can get huge discounts, so it is hardly impossible for the rest to make real money during the weekdays. Also, the area has 4 different competitors like Café Rouge, a well-known pub and brasserie. So, give the inefficiency of the new menu, most of our previous customers are now dining in these places. In terms of opportunities, the manager manages the local marketing process, and therefore there are huge opportunities within local institutions like school and offices. We should attract people from there as well. And as a threat, I say there is a lot of competition in the area, and if the company doesn't change the menu and suppliers, and if the company doesn't return to a higher quality product, consequences in the long run might be catastrophic. So, suggestion for change: Tragus Ltd should give more opportunity to local restaurants to start their own offers and target their own customers in the best way they think. Strata Highgate has always been an excellence throughout the years because of quality food and customer service, and managers and employees are generally more in contact with customers and knows more about their needs. They are more affected by their complaints, and they can react to these complaints more instantly. They should also the head office should also realize that different location and different size of restaurants requires a different management approach. While in the city center, the position of the venues often pays off. Outside the city center, customer service and quality in general attracts people more than the position. So a homogeneous policy is not effective applied to different type of businesses. So in marketing, we call it marketing mix as a tool used by marketers to define a product following Bain's book, or we also call it STP process as a process composed by the segmentation of society and group of customers, the targets of a specific group, and the group positioning in the market. While more generally, in management, it is called diversification of investment, a concept mostly used for finance that Sullivan defined as reducing risk by investing in a variety of assets.